Camila Osorio happy to have challenged Eala in Philippine Women's Open win. Colombia's Camila Osorio looked forward to playing against a player like Eala as they faced off in the quarterfinals of the Philippine Women's Open. Semifinals-bound Camila Osorio took a lot of pride in being able to upend hometown bet and second seed Eala, 6-4, 6-4, in the quarterfinals of the Philippine Women's Open at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center on Thursday evening. Owing to Eala's rise to fame and impressive resume of wins in the past year, Osorio took Eala very seriously in their first matchup in their careers. Despite playing the role of bad guy in Eala's bid to win the crown in her home country, Osorio kept her head down and was able to outplay the WTA number 49. That's thanks to the Colombians' agile play that had the Filipina moving a step slow when it came to their rallies. Related, Eala falls to Camila Osorio in QF, exits Philippine Women's Open. Advertisement. Osorio said that it was a match that she didn't take lightly, especially as Eala was playing in front of her home crowd. I really wanted to challenge her because obviously, we're at her home and everything. And I just wanted to play some matches. And now that she's doing really well, so I wanted to also, try to do my best on the court, Osorio said after the match. Great match to win. While she did put a lot of emphasis on beating Eala, the Colombian fell short of celebrating too much. In spite of the added layer of winning over the hometown bet, Osorio said that she valued Eala's overall caliber as a player, rather than being a spoiler to the 20-year-old's bid for the crown. Well, I don't know if you call it satisfaction. I think it was, it's a great match and a good win for me, obviously, said Osorio. As I said, she's a great competitor, she's an amazing player, she's doing unreal the past year and this year. She's doing great things in tennis, so obviously it's a big win for me. It's a great match to win, she continued. The challenge doesn't end for Osorio, though, as she still needs to hurdle 2 more matches to claim the crown, which would mark the first time she wins a WTA title outside of her home country of Colombia. Her latest challenge comes in the form of 3-seed Solana Sierra. They play in the second semifinal slated on Friday, January 30th, with Donna Vekic and Tatiana Prozorova playing in the opening match at center court at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. Luisa Morales is a sports writer with a special interest in promoting women's sports. Her coverage highlights include the UAP, PVL, Southeast Asian Games, and the FIBA World Cup. She also follows Eala, the Philippine women's national football team, and mixed martial arts, Camila Osorio and the joy of being tested, a victory beyond the scoreline. Camila Osorio walked off the court in the Philippines with a smile that told a deeper story than the trophy ever could. It wasn't just the satisfaction of winning the Philippine Women's Open, nor the quiet pride of lifting another title as a seasoned competitor on the professional tour. It was the joy of having been pushed, of having felt resistance, urgency, and the unmistakable spark that only a worthy challenger can provide. That challenger was Eala. In tennis, wins are often measured in numbers, games held, break points converted, titles added to a resume. But some matches linger in a player's memory for a different reason. They linger because they demand honesty. They ask uncomfortable questions. They refuse to be routine. For Osorio, the final against Eala was one of those matches, a reminder that growth does not come from ease, but from being challenged at exactly the right moment. From the first exchanges, it was clear that this would not be a simple coronation. Eala, playing on home soil and fueled by the unmistakable energy of a supportive crowd, brought more than just talent to the court. She brought belief. Every rally carried intent. Every sprint to the ball felt like a declaration that she belonged on this stage, across the net from an established name in women's tennis. Osorio felt it immediately. There is a particular awareness elite athletes develop, the ability to sense when an opponent is not merely competing, but asserting themselves. Eala's presence did that. Her shot-making, her composure, and her refusal to fade under pressure forced Osorio to dig deeper than expected. This was not a match where experience alone could carry the day. It required patience, adaptability, and emotional control. For Osorio, that demand was welcome. At this stage of her career, she understands that dominance without resistance can be hollow. Titles won too easily rarely teach lessons that last. What sharpens a champion is the necessity to problem-solve in real time, to adjust tactics, manage nerves, and stay present when momentum threatens to swing away. Eala provided exactly that test. As the match unfolded, Osorio leaned on the qualities that have defined her rise: consistency, intelligent court positioning, and an unshakable competitive calm. But she also had to evolve within the contest. Points had to be constructed more carefully. Opportunities had to be earned rather than expected. Each game felt like a conversation between generations, one player proving her place, the other reaffirming hers. There was something quietly symbolic about it all. Eala, a young star carrying the hopes of a nation eager for tennis heroes, represented the future, bold, fearless, and rapidly approaching. Osorio, already familiar with the pressures of the tour, represented the present, battle-tested, resilient, and still hungry. Their meeting was not a clash, but a bridge. A moment where the sport revealed its continuity, its ability to renew itself through challenge. When the final point was played and Osorio emerged victorious, the emotion on her face was not relief alone. It was appreciation. She knew she had been made better that day. In her reflections afterward, the tone was not triumphant but grateful. Gratitude for an opponent who refused to yield. Gratitude for a match that demanded her best. Gratitude for the reminder that tennis, at its heart, is a dialogue between competitors who push one another toward excellence. Being challenged, for Osorio, was not a criticism of her performance, it was a compliment to the contest. The Philippine crowd, too, played its role in shaping the moment. Their energy elevated the match beyond individual ambition. It transformed the final into a shared experience, one where every rally felt significant and every point carried emotional weight. Osorio, competing far from home, embraced that atmosphere rather than resisting it. She understood that tennis grows through these moments, when local heroes rise and global players respond. In many ways, this victory said as much about Osorio's mindset as it did about her skill. Champions who endure are those who welcome discomfort, who recognize that the next great challenge is not something to avoid but something to seek. Eala offered that challenge, and Osorio met it with respect and resolve. Long after the applause faded and the courts returned to quiet, the significance of the match remained. For Eala, it was another step forward, a performance that signaled her readiness for bigger stages. For Osorio, it was confirmation that she is still evolving, still learning, still motivated by the thrill of competition at its highest level. And for tennis itself, it was a reminder of why the sport,